everybody, how y'all doing? Welcome to this week of Foosball. Thanks for tuning in. I've got Mr. Johnny Horton here sitting next to me. Probably pound for pound, rod for rod, best player to ever play the game. Privileged to sit and talk with him, kind of pick his brain about things. How long have you been playing foosball?
76, 75, what's that, 35 years.
Put a lot of time into it though. I mean, I want to say it's only been 25 years, but that's a long time. But
35 years.
35 years. Some people I know have been playing for the same amount of time, but they haven't put in the time within the time to get to, I guess, a point to where you are in the game. You know, I know you've really dedicated a lot of your life and time to the sport.
a lot of sacrifice and struggle.
You have, without a doubt, struggled. You know, there's been many trials and tribulations throughout, you know, your journey to today.
Oh yeah.
To get to where you are. How do you feel about your game nowadays?
This is my first tournament after 2 years. I have a daughter, beautiful little girl.
Met her. She
Yep.
really loves you. You know what? I think you're fantastic with her.
Thank
I see
you.
the way you interact with her, and I know you're a proud papa. I think that's awesome. It's really special.
Thanks. Yeah, my goal now is to be the world champion father.
That's a much better goal than being a world champion foosball player.
But it's a lot of work. And so, back to the point, you know, my 2-year layoff, not layoff, but I practiced, but I didn't train just to keep myself somewhat in condition. I started my own rare coin business. That's doing very well. And then my daughter's almost 4, so 2 years off, out of the game, pretty much tournament competition. You know, I'm right where I'm at. I've been playing full court basketball with teenagers. I'm coming up on 50, even though I don't look it. You know, and so I'm training that way. And full court basketball, doing sit-ups in the morning, and Nautilus, different types of
Staying healthy.
yeah, staying healthy, but getting in real good physical condition because, you know, to compete with these guys that are spinning the rods that don't, you know, do the snake shot that doesn't require serious conditioning, you have to be in major physical condition and major foosball condition, and then I plan to come back and prove I'm the best player in the world. But I'm a realist. Right now, I had to drop out of singles because my conditioning is not where I want it. I've been more focused on the physical aspect now, but I'm right where I knew I would probably be. So I figure about 3 tournaments from now, going to Tommy's tournament, a couple tournaments from now, say 3 months, you'll see me competing at a very high level. So I won't reach the sore stage, you know, after 8 or 9, 10 matches. I'll reach the sore stage, you know, the last day of the tournament, which will mean I'll be in the finals. And then, yeah, I'll be in the finals. That's the strategy. And then I've reached the sore stage, and that comes from repetition and conditioning. You can't just automatically tournaments get you in condition. You can train all you want. I'm doing the reps, okay, but you got to have the tournaments under your belt.
Practice on a daily basis.
Drills in the morning to build my wrist. I get up in the morning, I have my coffee, put the music on, and the first thing I do out of the shower, move the ball around, do light reps, and then pound as hard as I can. Straight, middle, long. I pound and pound and pound and pound and pound until I'm hurting and I can't shoot anymore, and then that's it for that day.
So you don't put any kind of...
That's it for that day. Then I set up practices with guys that come over 2 or 3 days after that. The goal is to get to where I can do that every day. Right now, if I pound, starts getting all sore in here, the next day I can't pound quite as much because it's hurting, but I build it, then I need a couple days off. Eventually you get to where you're doing it every day and you don't need any days off.
You don't I know a lot of players will go, okay, I'm going to hit 100 pulls today. Or
no, I pound till it hurts. and I can really torque it hard to get that, you know.
And that kind of, I guess it really represents real play too, because
if you shoot a pull shot and you're not conditioned, forget it.
kind of like lifting weights. If it's not hurting, it's not doing you any good.
If you're not in shape, you're done against these guys. You got to be at 50 years old, even though I don't look it. The bottom line is you have to condition extra harder than them. You got to, you know, to compete with these kids that are spinning the rods. They don't use any wrist. They don't have any conditioning. They roll out of bed at 9 a.m. and their match is at 9:30 and they just walk in and play. I need 2 hours to really get my shot smoking if I got to play at 9 a.m. So my plan is to be conditioned to where I don't have to warm up that much.
The rollovers really changed the game in that aspect, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I'm being a realist. You know, if they want to shoot it, that's fine. That's what they found an easier way out. But I don't respect the shot because I shoot a pull shot.
I'm the same way too.
A man shot.
It took a long time to it takes a long time to develop a pull, a lot longer than it does to develop a roll. But you know, what do you think about this angle on it? Having the rollover be legal, don't you think it helps bring more people into the game because it makes it
I
easier
don't
for
agree
them
with
to-
I don't agree with outlawing it. You know, my record against it is like probably overall is like 96 and 12 or 96 and 15. You know, it's dominant. And you know, my goal when it first came out was people were whining and complaining about it, and I said, you know, just shut up and beat it because you're gonna have to deal with it. And the shot's here to stay, and that's what I did. My focus was to figure out the defense. When I first started, you know, I was a little bit clueless, but you got to remember I shot a back pin in '81. My goal was I'd shoot 3 pull shots, then 2 back pins, and close out the game with a pull shot. But it's the same concept for the D. So usually they have a weakness, and it's usually a corner. So figure out, don't just give them that middle. You know, tap, 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 all the tapping. You know, why you tapping? Just decoy. You know, so they're looking to get your men out of position. So you keep your men in position. You know, and then figure out, like Todd Lafredo's got a real good D at figuring out their weakness.
Right, without a doubt. You do too. I was watching all this weekend. Your shot looked really nice.
Early on.
Yeah, it was tight, crisp, good takeoff. The 5-bar was, I mean, it started coming along. I think it wasn't as strong as I've seen it in the past.
Right.
You know.
Well, I'm working on the adjustment of how I'm gonna, you know, the coordination is a little bit. I haven't got a lot of time under my belt on that, so I'm debating whether I want to do quick walls, the tic-tac. I'm not really solid in my strategy.
So you're gonna start playing more often again?
Yeah, the 5-rod, you know, I get the ball enough to win. I live with the ball, and I out-5'd everybody I played here. You know, every person I played, I out-5'd them. You know, I played with a rookie. We played Tommy and Rue, but did you see anybody staying up there?
They did a lot of switching.
Yeah, because they know.
You know, almost, I remember they were calling timeout on the very first ball in the switch.
Yeah, they know. There's a couple 5-rods in the world that can compete with me, Gummerson being one of them. Because he's got that quick, good ball. He's got a very good series. He's very disciplined. Rico, I've dealt with the brush for 30 years. Yeah. I'll make an adjustment on it, so he's not real versatile, you know. But you're probably thinking I'm an idiot because I say that. Well,
no, not at all.
I know I beat his 5 every time I played him. Even when he won the 3rd year in a row, I was playing with Flaherty, semi-pro. I had 2 shots, game 2, to put him out of the tournament on my 3-bar. He wasn't even a factor. I looked at him and I told him, I said, I don't see you freshening up now. He was patient. I called timeout, 2nd game. I said, I don't see you freshening up now there, Rico, with your water bottle. What's wrong? And he just looked a little worried, and he should be because I had another 3. And I go, yeah, because you know if I make this ball, it's over, right? I go, see, I'm not worried about you, Rico. I'm not worried about your 5. The only guy I'm concerned with at the table is this guy, Todd Lafredo, not you. And then Todd, I told Flaherty, you know, as soon as this guy, shows me the middle, I'm not going to wait to see it a second time. And Todd baited the middle. I went, he jerked back the goalie. He totally gambled it. if I'd have waited it out like I normally do, I would have pounded the lung.
He'd have showed you. His
Yeah, but he baited what I was thinking. I don't know if he heard me or what, but it was a perfect. He went boom, bam, came back right when I was premeditated it. I was waiting for the middle, and he opened it up, and I already made my decision what I was going to do. I told Alfredo, he ain't going to show it to me twice. He showed it to me once, I'm gone. And he did, and he went bam, jerked the goalie back. I'm like, oh, I got sucked in. And then I got it back, shot a straight or whatever, he blocked that, laid it on Rico's 3, and Rico scored it. I think the difference was Alfredo. Rico was nowhere to be found, and I didn't see him using the freshen spray bottle.